beating the block on the inside with her hard cross-court angle, and she's also very effective up at the net blocking-wise as well.
All right, ready to go here on a Wednesday night in Starkville. Bulldogs will serve it first. Mary Neal has the ball, and we're ready to go. Mississippi State has dropped 12 sets in a row. They're just trying to get something positive going here in the stretch run of the season. And the opening point of the match goes to the Auburn Tigers. Working in the middle, number 6, Kyla Swanson, the middle blocker. Started her career at Illinois. And Darlene, when you think about this Auburn team, they had a lot of freshmen off last year's team, one of those being Madison Shear. But most stayed around, did not hit the transfer portal, and you still have a lot of underclassmen on this Auburn team, but they're a year more seasoned, and they have played extremely well together this season.
Yes, now in the day of the transfer portal, it's really rare that you see a roster in which all players have stayed. So Auburn had 12 players on the roster last year, and all 12 have stayed, and they've also added in some valuable transfers as well. But having that young team, young freshman class from last year that was very successful and made a run at the NCAA tournament, you know, giving them that experience and something to look forward to for this year as well.
That ball caroms out, and State with back-to-back points. Amina Shackelford had a kill a moment ago, and now the serve by Rebecca Walk, and the Bulldogs have their first lead. Skips across the net and into the middle, dug nicely by Mary Neal. Back to the outside, and Anderson didn't get a whole lot on it. And now Shackelford punches one to the back line and gets the point. Amina Shackelford credit with a couple kills, and State with a 3-1 lead.
Great job by Shackelford. I don't think the Auburn block was anticipating a tip so early in the game, but she was able to catch the defense on their heels.
And now the serve floats long from Rebecca Walk, and it's 3-2.
Auburn has already done a great job of establishing their middle. The first few runs that they've had, they've been able to set the middle, get them involved early in the game, set that tone, which makes it harder for the State defense in order to know which way the ball's going to be going when you have that middle established.
And a quick set to Zoe Gonzalez, graduate transfer from Jacksonville State, native of Longmont, Colorado. She was injured a good bit in the middle part of the season, and you kind of wonder what State's season would have been had they had some health along that front line.
Yeah, she was really hitting her stride prior to her injury, excuse me. So yes, it is something to think about.
And cross court, McKill and Auburn with another point from Lakasha Anderson. And it's 4-3.
That's a power swing by Akasha Anderson. She really has quite a few shots in her toolbox there, but power is definitely one that she loves to do.
And to Anderson with the serve, and the Reston, Virginia native hits the serve into the net. Service error against the Tigers, and State has a 5-3 lead. And here's Sophie Agee back to serve. Agee, the sophomore from Houston, Texas. Madison Shear with first big swing that she's had tonight. And now the shot that goes off the antenna.
Kaylee Sharkey there with the error. However, the last match for South Carolina, she really had a great match, scoring 5 kills, 6 total blocks, but really her kill count may not have been excessively high. However, they were very critical kills and blocks that were very helpful for State during that match.
And a double touch going to be called on State on the set. And Auburn ties it at 5. Well, you think back for State, they won against Alabama back on October the 27th. Won in Tuscaloosa, but then that was the first of 3 road matches in a row. had to go to Georgia, then had to go to Missouri, and then went to Arkansas. So it was 4 in a row on the road. And so that's what kind of ignited everything for the Dogs. And then last week, a week ago, they played South Carolina here at home, and it was the first time they'd been at home since beating Ole Miss in 5 sets. And so, yeah, you look on paper and you say, well, this is a team on a 4-match losing streak, but it was all ignited by just a tough road trip here late in the season. As that shot in the middle goes underneath the block. And the point for Auburn. And we're tied at 6, and Swanson again.
Yeah, just like in a match, you know, volleyball is a game of momentum. So the same thing goes, I believe, with your schedule. If you have a tough run, you're just looking for an opportunity to right the ship and right the course. And I believe that's what Auburn is looking for tonight.
Here's Schmidt, cross court. And the nice dig by Sarah Morton. Godey with the dig on the backside, and now Auburn with a free ball. Quick dump by Alexa Fortin-Godey.
What a great play by Godey there. In-system pass. Everybody was anticipating a quick set to the middle on that in-system pass. Was able to catch those blockers off guard.
And now Emily Orther will check in and serve. The senior from Windermere, Florida. And the serve finds the back corner, and an ace for Orther. And that just long as Madison Shear unable to get it inside the back line. And 9-6 State leads.
That is one thing I've noticed about Auburn hitters is they really utilize the entire court, trying to go for their deep corners. But when you do something like that, you're really risking going a little bit too far, and that's exactly what has happened there.
Yeah, the overpass, and Carly Schmidt with a kill. The State leads by 4. 3-0 run for the Dogs. Tipped across by Waugh. Down to the near side. Cross-court shot by Bella Bell. Oh, another good dig by Sarah Morton. And this time Morton can't handle it. The State gets the point. And now State's on a 5-0 run. And now timeout taken by Auburn. Mississippi State on a little run here. We were tied at 6, and now the Dogs have a 5-0 run and lead 11-6 here early in the first set at Starkville. Well, Julie Darty-Dennis in her 6th season here at Starkville. She was the 2021 SEC Coach of the Year as the Bulldogs finished 2nd in the SEC a couple of seasons ago. That serve goes long from Emily Orther, and so the freeze by Auburn, that timeout, good timeout taken by the Tigers.
Now Auburn is known as a very aggressive serving team. With that, they're able to figure in that they're going to have more errors, so they do tend to run a little bit more with service errors. However, we'll see if State follows in line with that.
And Rebecca Walk tools one off the block. Carly Schmidt will check out. And Mary Neal will check back in, the freshman from Marietta, Georgia. And she's back to serve with State leading 12-7. Back set. Then Bella Bell had the big swing. Now Rebecca Walk. Here's Agee, cross court and past the diving Sarah Morton for another kill, and the Bulldogs have a 13-7 lead. First kill for Sophie Agee.
With the big block on that outside there, she was really made a smart hit, hitting, looked to be on the inside of the block.
And now Akasha Anderson with her 2nd kill, gets it back to 5. We were tied at 6. Then Mississippi State went on a 5-0 run.
Akasha Anderson, she really is a triple threat. She's a second on the team in kills, one of the top servers with 24 aces for the season, and very effective defensively, contributing significantly with digs and blocks. So she really can do it all.
There's Agee. Nice dig in the back corner. Good job to get there by Thibault. Overhead set and blocked by Amina Shackelford. Akasha Anderson trying to go down the line, but one-on-one with Amina Shackelford. State gets the block, and the Bulldogs lead by 6.
Shackelford did a great job setting up that block, really extending over the net and getting that big roof.
Turned and got the angle and made sure she got the block back toward the court. And now a service ace for Rebecca Walk, and Mississippi State leads by 7. State looking very confident here early. Tipped across by Belle Zimmerman. Gonzalez with a big swing in the middle. And this time the shot through the block. And the kill for Auburn as Belle Zimmerman gets credit with a kill. 6'2" sophomore from Liberty, Missouri.
One thing to make note of here, Auburn is running a 5-1 with Barrett, Jackie Barrett serving as a setter. So Jackie Barrett is in the front row now, giving Auburn only 2 hitters. Jackie Barrett is effective at going over on 2, so that's something that State will need to be aware of.
Shackelford. Auburn's done a nice job defensively keeping this point alive, but another block by State, and Shackelford got her hands on another.
What a great block. Zoe Gonzalez did a great job getting to Shackelford, sealing that block. Really giving some momentum to the Bulldogs.
16-9. Tipped across by Zimmerman. Back set to Sharkey. Nice dig by Sarah Morton. And now right into the net by Belle Zimmerman. And State has an 8-point lead here in the first set. And now Auburn wants to take a timeout. And not to belabor the point, but not only has Mississippi State lost 4 consecutive matches, but they have failed to win a set in those 4 consecutive losses. So they have dropped 12 consecutive sets. And so this is a good sign for Julie Darty-Dennis. This is a team that has not been playing as bad as what the records and the scores have shown. And so they've come out here tonight, and it's not like they're trying to do too much, the quote-unquote too much, but they have played really, really well.
Right, and a lot of the matches that they have lost have been very tight matches. So that isn't reflected when you see the schedule as far as a 0-3 loss, but a lot of those were right there, 2-point difference, you know, and it could go one way or another. So State just needs to focus on keeping that energy and lasting that whole match and really finishing strong in hopes of getting that win.
Well, Auburn, under the 4th-year head coach of Brent Crouch, well, he's done a nice job at Auburn. Last year they went 22-9.
Which was the best start to a season in program history.
And this year at 18-7. Spent 4 years as the head coach at Portland, then moved to USC at Southern Cal, and he was head coach there for 2 years. Came to Auburn in 2020 and has really done a nice job with this Auburn program. They were ranked pretty much all season until the last 2 losses. They lost against Kentucky, and then they lost their last match at Missouri in 4 sets.
Yeah, Auburn had never been ranked in program history prior to this season, and after 10 consecutive weeks of being ranked nationally, they dropped out.
Here's Agee. Quick set to the middle. Then Sharkey had it batted right back to her. Knocked across by Neal, and now the shot is in. Worked it to the middle, tough angle, and it's the middle blocker, Kendall Kemp, who gets credit with the kill. 6'6" sophomore from Eagan, Minnesota.
That was a great shot by Kemp there. At 6'6" in the middle, she really has that height advantage and that angle. That was about as straight down shot as you're going to get in the middle.
And the serve came in high. Lauren Myrick couldn't handle it. Now all of a sudden, Auburn back within 5 at 17-12. A 3-0 run for the Tigers. Quick set to Gonzalez. Back to Shear. And it's Gonzalez in the middle. So both teams work outside early in the point, come back to the middle, and it's Gonzalez who gets the point for State.
Great play by both sides, but truly the fact that both sides are able to get their middles involved is a testament to the passing from the back row. So it's a great job by both sides getting good in-system passes to the setters that allow those middles to get involved early.
And a quick set in the middle again, and this time Kendall Kemp gets it through the block. It is 18-13. Schmidt to the back corner. Saw the back corner open up, and Carly Schmidt.
That was a smart play by Schmidt. The set seemed to be a little bit low, and rather than trying to go power and hit it into the net, she took the smart shot with a kind of an off-speed tip to the corner.
State keeps it alive, and Schmidt hits it through the block, and State gets a big point and leads by 7 again. It's 20-13.
Kaylee Sharkey there with an unexpected own dig to her. The block was able to keep that ball alive.
And an overpass. Schmidt had it batted right back to her. And an overpass, and it ends up being an easy point for Auburn. Now, Madison Shear won't have an easier opportunity tonight, and that's her first kill in 8 total attacks. Talked about Madison Shear at the start of this match. And a free ball to Auburn. Well, back set, working off the right side was Bella Bell. And that's her first kill.
Bella Bell, transfer from Kentucky, redshirted her freshman year, earned a national championship her sophomore year with Kentucky, a significant impact player her junior year, and played 22 matches for the Wildcats as a senior, averaging a .340 hitting percentage, which is exceptional, and just decided that she really loved Auburn volleyball and wanted to come play. And Coach Crouch was not going to say no, so they were able to find a way to get her in the system. And as a former middle hitter, she has now transferred over to a right side hitter, and she's very effective there.
And there you see Madison Shear with her second kill right down the line, and Mississippi State wants to take a timeout now, try to stop this Auburn momentum. A 3-0 run for the Auburn Tigers here. Opening set of play, Mississippi State jumped out to the early lead. We were tied at 6. And then the Bulldogs went on a 5-0 run, taking an 11-6 lead. And then won 4 of the next 6 points, led 15-8. Led by as many as 8 at 17-9. Auburn won 3 out of 4 points to get it back to 5, but now the Tigers have won 3 in a row. taking a 20-13 deficit to 20-16.
We've seen a lot of great offensive play up at the net, a lot of play even within the 10-foot line, a lot of off-speed tips, trying to catch the defense out of position. And then both sides have still been able to get the middle, keep the middles involved, even with that play within the 10-foot line, and that speaks to the athleticism of the middles. Zoe Gonzalez, Kendall Kemp, Kyla Swanson, and Rebecca Walk. All very athletic, all very good at getting in quickly on the quick set, and even able to hit balls from the middle off the net as well.
Jackie Barrett serving for Auburn. Here's Carly Schmidt, cross court, and Tigers going to run out of room. Sarah Morton couldn't handle it.
And that is truly Schmidt's bread and butter right there. She's able to hit that hard angle on the inside of the blockers, even off the net. She was pretty far off the net for that hit and was still able to keep it in the court.
Punch to the back and long. Barrett trying to get it to the back line and hit it long, and now 22-16. 2 big points for State to push the lead back to 6. To Walk, big swing. And now Shear is wide, and State gets the point. And now the Bulldogs are 2 points away from claiming the opening set.
The last 2 serves by Arthur have been targeting Auburn's left side of their net. They have all 3 of their hitters stacked up on the left-hand side. So if you're able to serve in that area, you really can jam up those hitters.
And now the ace from Arthur, and it's set point for State. And Shear finds the back corner and keeps this set alive. Madison Shear with her 3rd kill. Here's Schmidt. And that will do it for the opening set. So Mississippi State had a 5-0 run to take control early in the first set. The Bulldogs hang on to win by 8. And Mississippi State draws first blood in this one here at Starkville, Mississippi.
Ball down.
So we flip sides. And now Auburn on the right side of your screen. The Tigers will serve it to start this second set after State wins the first 25-17. And immediately the serve into the net from Thibault. And State with the opening point. Now that shot is long. And the overpass and cleaned up by Kyla Swanson.
Up at the net, both lineups have a front row that is over 6 foot. So you cannot afford to have an overpass because it will definitely be taken advantage of.
Back to Anderson. Dug by Neal. And the overpass, and Anderson hits it wide.
A second chance opportunity for Anderson there, just trying to do a little bit too much. Cross court didn't work. She tried to go line, just ran out of real estate over there on the left side of the court.
State with a 3-1 lead after winning the opening set. And there you see Alexa Fortin-Goding. And cross court from Akasha Anderson, and she gets the kill. That's her 4th kill.
A little bit of an out-of-system pass. However, Barrett was able to keep that ball alive and bettered the ball, giving a great set for Anderson to get the kill.
There's Agee, and she has it blocked by Kemp, right back to her. And we're tied at 3.
That's one thing about the Auburn blocking is if you're State, you really cannot afford to give an extremely high ball to the outside as an outlet, because you're allowing the Auburn block to really set up. And over 6 feet, I mean, they're really hard to beat.
And Agee has it blocked. And another block by Kendall Kemp.
Kendall Kemp there did a great job going to the outside, getting that seal on that block, extending over. Great technique there.
Fallon Lanham serving for Auburn. Gonzalez big swing, nice dig by Morton. Back to Anderson. Dug by Myrick on the back line. And now the quick dump across, kept alive by Godey. Auburn thought it was down. And the Tigers get the point. Auburn ends up getting the point. Brent Crouch had already grabbed the green card. He was about to challenge because he did not think the State got there with a pancake to keep it alive. And now 5-3 Tiger lead. Back to Agee. Now the back set. Sharkey and Morton come sliding in. Punched high in the air. Now Auburn. Quick set to the middle, and Kemp gets the kill.
Great job by State there, really covering their block even up close to the net, because if the ball is going to ricochet off the block, it's going to end up right at their feet on these hard-driven and good setup blocks, good technique blocks. So Kaylee Sharkey was there to recover some of those balls.
And now Auburn on a run right here. And the lead is 7-3 and a 6-0 Tiger run. State led 3-2, or 3-1 rather. Back to Agee. Now Anderson. Tough angle, and she gets it across the net, and now it's all Auburn on a 7-0 run and an 8-3 lead.
That was an amazing tip by Anderson, able to get it almost straight in line with the net there. Really didn't allow the State defense much opportunity to get to.
And that's 7 kills for Akasha Anderson. And now Auburn just controlling the net. There's Anderson after getting the touch kill just a moment ago. Now the block, and Auburn has a 9-3 lead and an 8-0 run for the Tigers here early in the second set. So we'll step away. Auburn Mississippi State won handily in the first, 25-17.
Some great kills and some amazing blocks by Auburn has really got them some momentum in the second set.
Thibault hit it high in the air. Anderson with a swing. Bulldogs having a tough time getting something in system right now. And here's Anderson, and Auburn does. And it's a 9-0 run.
She put some power behind that swing there. I believe that was an overlapping call by Amina Shackelford, who was sacked up over in the corner.
Yeah, it was called, and now Auburn on a 10-0 run and leading 11-3. And now Emily Arthur wants to talk to everyone to make sure we're right here.
So they're potentially doing a lineup check to verify.
Morton with a dig. And the Tigers try the quick dump across. Barrett tried to throw it down with the left hand. The State gets the block in the middle, and that stops the big run.
AG did a great job there, being aware that Barrett was in the front row. She was crept in front of the setter, and she was ready for that.
And now AG serving. And Anderson with her 9th kill.
Anderson able to sneak that in between the block. She really is a smart hitter. She's, able to adjust her shot to score. We've seen a little bit of a tip roll shot to the corner, hard angle.
Service error by Akasha Anderson. And now back-to-back points for State. Carly Schmidt had the big swing. Now Shear, dug by Myron. Here's Schmidt, looking for the back corner as he hits it long.
It was a great shot by Schmidt. I mean, those corners are really hard to defend. However, there is just that fine line, literally a line, that you need to be careful of and just take some precise hitting.
And now Mississippi State able to get the point and get it back to 13-7. 10-0 run by Auburn here early in the second set. Gave the Tigers the big lead, and now that finds the back corner. Madison Shear with her 4th kill.
State wants to get back in this match, they really need to take advantage of these unforced errors by Auburn. Because Auburn seems to be on a roll right now, offensively.
Yeah, quick set to the middle, the kill by Swanson. Kyla Swanson with her 4th kill.
She really has a great approach. And that ball, she would really just kind of cut that ball back to her right side.
And off the block, the point for State. (15-9), 6-point lead for Auburn. Oh, big swing off on that right side. Bella Bell with her second kill.
Bella Bell is one that, once she gets on a roll, she really is hard to stop. I just don't think she's had a chance to really get started this match yet.
Sent to Gonzalez. Here's Amina Shackelford, and it's blocked by Auburn. And Akasha Anderson again. Auburn did not have a block in the first set. They have 4 here in the second.
Anderson really did a great job keying in on Shackelford there. Really had her number. That was the 4th service error for Auburn. Excuse me, that was the 5th service error for Auburn. State has 2.
Back to Anderson, cross court, and hits it wide. Aggressively went after the tough angle. And 17-11. And Mississippi State gets to it. Myrick keeps it alive. Now a free ball, another one to Auburn. Sharkey. Here's Anderson. Lengthy rally, longest so far tonight. And the point for the Auburn Tigers. That went on a while. Both teams did a great job keeping that point alive.
Bella Bell with that high point of contact really hit that over the block. Myrick did a great job that rally, keeping a lot of those balls alive, running into the scoreboard over there, then hustling back and getting a tip. Speaks to why she's second in the conference for digs. She's all over the floor.
And now timeout for Mississippi State as Auburn leads by 7. Tigers took control here early in the second set. Bulldogs had a 3-1 lead, and then Auburn went on a 10-0 run. Pushed the lead out to 11-3. That was really the separation point when it came to this second set. You see Lauren Myrick, second in the SEC in digs. Was the outside hitter for the Bulldogs. She came back this year. They moved her to the libero. Really took ownership in the offseason about being a leader on this team at a different position.
And Coach Dennis shared that numbers-wise, Myrick was the best passer as an outside hitter last season. And she just loves playing defense, which really shows in her role now as a libero. And she just believes in the system and is willing to do whatever the team needs. So although it sounded a little bit strange at the beginning of the season, now I can't imagine it any other way. She really has stepped into the position really well, seamlessly. And the fact that she's second in the conference in digs, I mean, wow. She's having a stellar year. I think she holds her team members to a high standard, hopes that they'll go all out and play all out as she is in her last season.
So Auburn will serve. Leading by 7 here in the second set. Here's Agee. And gets it past Sarah Morton. And the point for Mississippi State. Sophie Agee with her 3rd kill.
It's hard to believe that Agee appeared in only 11 matches as a freshman, starting in only 1 match, and she's really been able to step up this season and fill the role of a starting outside hitter her sophomore year. And I believe she's gotten better every match. She really is progressing on the outside, improving.
Anderson cross court, hits it wide. Anderson gets that one to crawl across the tape and stay in, and that's her 10th kill.
Anderson had a great eye there. She knows that there's a big block with Kaylee Sharkey and Zoe Gonzalez, both at 6'3" up at the front net on the left side. She's eyeing that hard cross court, which didn't work out the first 2 times, but this last time with this tip right along the net, it is wide open. And Anderson there got lucky with the let serve.
And Auburn pushing the lead to 8. Well, Akasha Anderson had a season high 26 kills at South Alabama. Our highest in the league, 20 kills against Ole Miss back on September the 24th. But the last 2 matches, she had just 2 kills against Kentucky, 8 kills against Missouri, but back in double figures tonight. She had 16 at Texas A&M on November the 5th. As you see, Carly Schmidt with the kill, and that's her 7th. Quick set to walk. Here's Shear. Kept alive by Godey. Shear. And now Schmidt. To Swanson in the middle, and Kyla Swanson gives Auburn the 23-14 lead.
Balk was a little bit early on that block. She was almost coming down. And actually the set was a little bit higher than a quick set, which is probably why Walk's timing was a little bit off. But it allowed a little bit higher set, allowed Swanson to really extend.
Back to Shear, dug by Myron. Here's Schmidt. And State can't handle it. Now it's set point for Auburn. Nice dig by Anderson. And now the point for State on the double touch.
That was a great dig by Anderson. One thing about Anderson is she is an all-around player, which speaks to her ability to play offensively and defensively up at the net and back row.
Swanson tips it across. And here's Schmidt. And she gets it in just in front of the back line. Keeps the set alive. Another Auburn set point as Emily Orther will serve. Here's Shear. And the block by Auburn, and the Tigers tie this thing up at 1 set apiece. So State won the opening set 25-17. Auburn bounces back to win the second set 25-16. Well, we start the third, and Mississippi State gets the point. And a double touch. Mississippi State having the error on the set.
That first set, State seemed to come out really strong, playing with a lot of confidence. The second set seemed to come out a little bit flat. So I'll be eager to see if this set they're able to adjust and kind of build back some of that energy.
Tied at 1 here in the third. State won the opening set. Auburn bouncing back in the second set. Tigers serving with Zimmerman. And the point for the Bulldogs.
Zimmerman is one of those serving specialists, and that is a tough position to be in. I mean, when you're called in to serve and only serve, I mean, it's really hard. There's a lot of pressure. However, that's your specialty.
And now Mary Neal serving for State. A big swing, and it catches the back line. And there's Anderson again for her 11th kill.
The last time that State played against Auburn, the two teams competed against each other. The Tigers came away with a win, while Anderson had a field day with 26 kills. And Sarah Morton ran down 25 digs in a 5-set match at Auburn. But it seems as though Akasha Anderson is really finding her groove against Mississippi State.
And this time it does not crawl across the tape, and a point for Mississippi State. And it's 3-2 Dogs. Back to Anderson and blocked by Shackelford. And State gets the point, leads 4-2.
Great job by Shackelford. Anderson she leads the team in total attempts. So more often than not, for an out-of-system play, the ball is going to be going to the outside. Shackelford smart as a blocker and was able to key in on Anderson there.
Here's AG, and she has it blocked.
A little bit of a tighter set for AG there, really just trying to power it through that block. However, that's a great block by Auburn.
Shackelford. And the kill by Sophie Agee, her 4th.
This time AG was able to find that seam between the blockers there and get it to the middle back. Credit to Neal for getting that dig, setting that up for success.
AG tips it across, quick set, and it hits the antenna, and the point for Auburn.
That was really tight play at the net. The ball almost sat on the top of the net there, just waiting for it to drop. But it by chance touched the antenna, which means it was out of bounds.
Here's Shear. Cross court and in. Kaylee Sharkey with a kill.
Nice corner shot by Sharkey. If State can get all three hitters across the net engaged, then I really think they're going to benefit from that and have them be successful, because that requires Auburn's defense to really spread out along that net rather than cheating out to the outside or staying in the middle.
Well, work to the middle, a quick set to Kyla Swanson. You know, the thing about Swanson is over the last 5 matches, she's hit over 400. Hit 526 in the Sunday match the last time out. Swanson tonight hitting an even 600, 6 kills and 10 total attacks. And a point for State.
Gonzalez was up at the net a couple times during that rally. Really, I think in a match like this where everything's pretty tight up at the net, it doesn't hurt to go up when the ball's close to the net, because there could be an overpass or a dump. So you really have to be aggressive when up at the net.
Tied at 7 here in the third. State won by 8 in the opening set. Auburn won by 9 in the second set. Quick dump across, kept alive by Auburn. Here's Anderson, and she hits it long.
Anderson aiming high off the top of the block. Thought she got a touch there. However, it was called out of bounds.
Well, a nice big swing on the right side as Bella Bell with her 4th kill.
Bella Bell has been fairly quiet over on the right side. However, the kills that she's had have been very powerful kills.
Schmidt. And Auburn with the point to take a 1-point lead.
Arthur did the best that she could with that tight pass, trying to keep that alive with the one-handed set that really doesn't give much room for her or the middle Rebecca Walk to make a play out of that ball.
And now the serve into the net as Belle Zimmerman and the healthy swing.
Belle Zimmerman has had a few errors, service errors. However, overall, she is leading the team in aces.
And that serve from Mary Neal goes wide right.
It's one of those things with serving. There's that fine line between being aggressive and being overly aggressive.
Here's Agee, and had it blocked. And that's Kendall Kemp again, and that's her 7th block tonight.
Talk about a big block. Great technique there, closing that block, extending over. Kendall Kemp, a sophomore, 2nd on the team in blocks. As a freshman, she was SEC all-freshman team. And she also set the school record for blocks per set at 1.48% and a total block record with 180, which was most in the nation and second most in the conference. So Kendall Kemp, very effective up at the net. Still a young player, but playing with a lot of maturity and experience.
Floating serve from Rebecca Walk, the overpass. Agee unable to put it down, but Amina Shackelford able to clean it up and tie this third set at 11. Quick set, and there's Zoe Gonzalez. Her third kill tonight.
That was a great job by Gonzalez. There were two blockers in the area with Anderson and Kemp. However, she was able to beat that block.
And here's Gonzalez again. So we'll go right back to the well of back-to-back points. And now Mississippi State leads by 2. So we'll step away. Bulldogs with back-to-back points from Zoe Gonzalez. And State leads 13-11 in the third. Mississippi State leading Auburn in the third set. And Bulldogs serving with Rebecca Walk. And Auburn to the middle and able to get the point. So coming out of the timeout, Auburn working the middle with Kendall Kemp.
Kendall Kemp currently hitting .571. Just amazing. Amazing performance so far.
Gonzalez chases it down and punched across by Arthur. And now Shear has it blocked. And that goes over the antenna, and the point for Mississippi State. Well, a tight set. And the attack is long for Auburn. And State leads 15-12. This time Kendall Kemp hits it long. Here's Shear. Bulldogs get the block. Godey with a set. Gonzalez puts it back through the back corner again. And all of a sudden, Mississippi State has found something in the middle with Zoe Gonzalez, and Auburn wants to take another timeout.
Gonzalez does a great job at really selling that middle approach, looking very aggressive when she's coming in, to where even if she does not get the set, that middle blocker is occupied, opening up the outsides. However, State's been in a position where they've been able to set her, and like you said, going back to the well, if it's working, why not? Because then when that only opens up those outsides even more, because the middle blocker for Auburn will be occupied with Gonzalez.
That's now 5 kills for Zoe Gonzalez. State does not have a player in double figures in kills. Carly Schmidt leading the way with 8. Auburn, we talked about Akasha Anderson. She has 11 kills. Kyla Swanson has 6 kills.
One thing I do like about the setting distribution for State is it's fairly even across the board, getting all hitters involved, outsides, middles, and right sides. You don't see one person being, having an extraordinary night. However, getting all players involved, that really makes an impact, and that's times that they've done very well at that they've been very successful. I think they did a very good job of that when they had their game against Florida.
You look back at this season, And that's been one of the staples for both of these teams. Auburn won at Florida and had a really good match against the Gators. Then earlier this year, Mississippi State played Florida at home, won in 4 sets. And Anderson has it blocked. Sophie Agee. Zoe Gonzalez there as well. And it's a 5-point Bulldog lead on a 4-0 run.
Now Anderson can be very effective in the back row, but Agee was prepared and ready for that.
To the outside, Shear just put it right on top of the tape. It made it an easy swing for Madison Shear. And that's her 5th kill and back to a 3-point third set.
That was a great set by Barrett. Lower, quicker tempo set. Did not allow the block to get set up and gave Shear an open court.
Back to Agee. Dug nicely by Morton. Overpass. Zoe Gonzalez had it. Agee got the swing on it. Couldn't put it away. And now the block by Gonzalez puts the exclamation point on that point. And State back on top by 5.
A lot of play tight to the net there. A couple of overpasses. And Gonzalez just able to get that block.
Shear, dug by Godey. And here's Schmidt. Well, got on top of it, and almost like a changeup she hit across the court. Took something off, falls in front of the defender, and it's 19-13.
That was that cross-court angle that we had talked about earlier. She's very successful at that. Coach Julie Darty-Dennis describes Carly Schmidt's move to State as a transfer success story. She praises Schmidt for her thoroughness in making a very educated decision and finding the best fit for herself. She certainly has made a name for herself as a point scorer and force to be reckoned with the Bulldogs.
And Shear gets that one down the line. Godey unable to handle that. And now 19-14. State won the first set, Auburn won the second. And now we're in the third set. Bulldogs with a 5-point lead. Here's Gonzalez, dug by Anderson on the back row. Here's Schmidt. To the outside to Shear. Tipped up by Schmidt. And the back set to Sharkey. And off the touch, Mississippi State gets the point.
State is really finding a way to score. One thing that we've seen a lot with these tips is some of the front row hitters are having to dig up these tips, which really kind of can take them out of the offense. But Godey did a great job there, finding Sharkey, who is ready and available to the back set for the kill.
Get the mop out. And Shear gets another kill. Madison Shear with her 7th. And now 20-15.
That was her 2nd kill down the line.
And a point for State as Auburn is in the net. Evan Swanson, who was in the net, and now 21-15. Back set, big swing from Bella Bell. And Auburn getting Anderson back on the outside and getting her on the front row. And Akasha Anderson with her 12th kill.
That was a great transition by Auburn. You had Swanson going in for a quick set, fairly close to Anderson on the outside, which really forced the blockers to make a decision.
And now a double touch on State on the set. You can see the spin coming out of the hand as Lauren Myrick with a bad set. And now 21-17, State leading by 4. Bulldogs take the timeout.
We had talked a little bit earlier about how both of these teams are really hoping for a win tonight in order to kind of set the tone for the end of the conference play. But Coach Crouch has challenged his team to win 3 out of the last 4 matches. If they did, they would set themselves up for another 20-win season, putting them in a good position for postseason play. And he does hope that last week's losses to those good teams will serve kind of as a wake-up call for the team and use it as an opportunity to refocus while heading into the final part of the season.
Well, you see the remaining schedule for Mississippi State. Talked about it being the stretch run. You got back-to-back matches at Ole Miss, at Tennessee, Sunday, and then a week from tonight in Knoxville, and round out the season on the Saturday after Thanksgiving with a 2 o'clock match at home against LSU. (21-17) third set. Here's Shackelford. Had it blocked. It was almost like a magnet sticking to Agee there. And the point for Auburn. Well, this seems like a big point right here. Auburn on a little bit of a run. Getting it back to 21-18. A 3-0 run for the Tigers.
I agree. How State responds to this could really make a big difference.
Kyla Swanson still serving. Here's Schmidt cross court. A good dig by Thibault. Arthur with a set. Shackelford steps into it. Quick set to walk. Had to throw it up with the left hand, and the point for State. Just a lift going to be called against Auburn. And that was a big point for the Bulldogs to get. A low set, though.
I know, despite that miscommunication between Arthur and Walk and a little bit of a low set to Walk, I mean, she really did a great job of bettering that ball, keeping it in play, which caught Kemp a little bit off guard, resulting in that carry.
And now the ace from Mary Neal. As she throws a knuckleball across, and it falls in front of the back row. And a 5-point lead for State. Bell gets that past the block.
That was a great one-handed set by Barrett. Very tight to the net, able to keep that in play. Give Bell an opportunity to get the kill.
23-19. Lanham serving. And miscommunication for State. And now 23-20.
At this point in the match, that's one of those plays where you really wish you could take that back.
And Agee hits it long. Bulldogs asking for the touch, and Julie Darty-Dennis may challenge this. And I think State is going to challenge whether there was a touch or not. So we'll have our first review of this match. Called on the floor was no touch and long, giving Auburn a point to get them within 2.
It was a nice high swing by AG. A lot of power behind it. Happened very quickly. Look forward to seeing the replay.
All right, let's take a look at it. All right, so the hand in question is the left hand of Kendall Kemp. I didn't see a finger go back.
Kemp did a great job of extending over, sealing the block, forcing AG to go to the inside, and also swinging potentially high hands, hoping to catch the top of the block. However, I'm not seeing it either.
If it hit anything, it would have been either the ring or the pinky finger on the left hand. And unless they have a better angle, I don't see how they're going to overturn that.
And for them to overturn it does have to be without a doubt.
Oh, and a touch is called. And so instead of 23-21, it's 24-20.
That was a great challenge by Coach Dennis there.
Now we do have some different cameras that they do use for review.
So they have some views that we are unable to see.
At Auburn. (24-21). Cameras that are mounted on the nets. Get a little bit tighter frame resolution, and Amina Shackelford ends the 3rd set. And the Bulldogs take a 2-1 lead over Auburn. So State wins the opening set, Auburn wins the second. Now 25-21 lead and win for State in the 3rd. Back at Starkville, Mississippi State winning the 3rd set, 25-21, and now the Bulldogs have a 2-1 lead over Auburn. Take a look at the stats through 3 sets. Kills are very similar. The hitting percentages are very similar. The digs for Auburn. Auburn has done a great job at the net. Kendall Kemp has 7 blocks. And then you see the service errors.
But I think the difference in that last set was Zoe Gonzalez for State. She really brought a ton of energy, very effective both blocking and hitting wise. Her total for the match is 5 kills and only 1 recorded block. However, she had a ton of touches. Just slowing that ball down really can make a big difference for your back row defenders.
State had a big 4-0 run and then pushed a 13-12 lead out to 17-12 in that 3rd set. And now to start the 4th, it's Amina Shackelford with a point.
She's had a couple big hits over on the right side, really critical in setting the tone. Here, able to get on the inside of the block.
To the right side, and there's Bella Bell. Sophie Agee, cross court. Dug by Thibault. Kept alive by Neal. And the Bulldogs keep the point alive. Myrie chased it down. Here's Amina Shackelford. Tips it across. Punched up high in the air. And a free ball to State. To Shackelford off the block. And Myric's ability to get all the way back past the back line to keep that point alive. And State ends up winning the point.
That was great scrappy play by State. Able to keep them in the game and allow Shackelford to really take advantage of that block on the outside, getting that tool.
Baird had to try to chase down that initial pass all the way by the scorer's table. And Anderson hits it into the net. State leads 3-1 in the fourth. Back set to Bell. Shackelford kept it alive, but straight up in the air for Kendall Kemp.
She had no hesitation putting that ball down inside the 10-foot line. Great job by Kendall Kemp there.
And now a service error. As Fallon Lanham comes in to serve.
So Lanham she started on the team last year and this fall. She got hurt the last match of preseason and had not played in an SEC match, conference match, until tonight.
Anderson. And Akasha Anderson with her 14th kill.
Once again, Anderson finding a way, getting on the inside hand of State's block. Not necessarily a ton of power behind that, but very strategic with placement.
And now Anderson back to serve. Back to Shear. And Kemp able to catch the carom and knock it down and tie it at 4.
Kemp with that high reach. 6'6". With her arm extended, she was able to really get on top of that ball and throw it down.
And a quick set to Zoe Gonzalez. And the Bulldogs take the lead back in the fourth.
That looked effortless for State. Great pass, in-system pass, giving Godey the opportunity to run that middle.
Here's Shear. Cross court by Carly Schmidt, and that's her 10th kill. She's the first Lady Bulldog to double figures.
Schmidt did a great job getting off the net, past the 10-foot line, allowing her to have a full approach and put some power behind that swing.
Back row Anderson. Here's Schmidt. And pushes that one through the block, and State leads by 3.
Smart play by Schmidt. Had a big block, but made the smart play to kind of push that off the block and out of bounds. With Barrett in the front row, with a setter in the front row, you typically have a smaller block there. However, Barrett is still at 6'2". So she's still putting up a big block, and she is actually one of the top blockers on the team.
And Shear got the open net, puts it right in the middle of the floor.
Kind of an off-speed hit. She almost hit that on the way down.
That's 8 kills for Madison Shear. And now a service ace for the Tigers, and they're back within 1 in the fourth. Sarah Morton collects the ace. Auburn has 5 aces tonight. Kasha Anderson has 2. Here's Schmidt. And past the back row, and Carly Schmidt gets another kill, and Mississippi State leads by 2.
Shear there with a off-speed hit, just able to find that seam in between the blockers. With big blocks up, you really have to take any opportunity you can to score, and that seam is a great one.
And tipped across, and Auburn keeps it alive. But Kaylee Sharkey able to collect the point.
Sharkey and a deep hit to the back row. Caught Morton a little bit off guard up in the chest area. That could have been very close to the end line.
And it's Madison Shear, got the good set.
So Shear, the previous few hits were a little bit off speed. This one she went power, able to tool the block. That just speaks to her ability to adjust her hits, really to find a way to score.
Tips across by Walk. To the back corner and long from Zimmerman. Free ball to Auburn. Bell had the big swing. Here's Shackelford. And gets it past the block. And State leads by 3 again.
Amina Shackelford's really done a great job this season. Every match getting better and better, getting a little bit more confident in her hitting ability, really taking advantage of the sets that she gets and utilizing every inch of that core and the block to score.
And Zimmerman goes cross court. Bell Zimmerman. Her second kill. And the serve finds the back corner. And the ace for Kyla Swanson. Block. So an ace, then a block, and now we're tied at 11.
Great job by Auburn putting some pressure on State's passer. Able to get them out of system to a high ball to the outside, allowing the Auburn block to set up to get that big block.
Nice dig by Neal. And long. And State looking for a possible challenge, and we're going to have another challenge. As the attack goes long, Auburn takes a lead, and we'll see if we overturn this. We've already had one overturn just a moment ago. Mississippi State challenged a touch, no touch. The Bulldogs got the point a moment ago.
I think as a coach, if all of your team is looking to you saying that there was a touch, I think you have to trust and put the challenge up.
Let's see if we can take a gander at this.
very similar to that last challenge. Maybe a question of the inside fingers of Kim again.
And it is a touch. And I'd like to remind you, as our replay officials are taking a look at that, there is a camera on the net that the pixelation is a lot tighter than what we see on just the normal monitor here. There's the camera right there. Got one on the either end of the net. Can drill down like the NSA. And a block for State.
Shackelford and Gonzalez really having some fun out there with that block.
3-0 run for State. Shackelford. And that's off the touch. And now a 4-0 run for Mississippi State. And how about Julie Darty-Dennis with that challenge? She's gotten them both right. And Auburn had a 3-0 run. And now Mississippi State has answered with a 4-0 run. And the Dogs lead 15-11 in the fourth. Now back and start with Mississippi State on a 4-0 run in the fourth set. Bulldogs won the opening set. There you see Carly Schmidt. Over 10 kills in 14 matches this season. She has 12 tonight, and that makes number 15 this season. And past the antenna. And Mississippi State with a point. And now a 5-0 run to make it 16-11. Momentary stoppage of play. Thibault asking for the mop. Here's Agee. And it's wide. And the point, Mississippi State. May have been an overturn. And we're going to have a challenge from Brent Crouch. The initial call was wide by the line judge, and we may have had an overturn by the chair. I think Brent Crouch thought that the first call was right.
And Agee, following the hit, looked pretty certain that it was in. She pointed to the floor, almost confirming that it was in. Didn't really have a great view from our side of the court there.
Any part of the ball touches the white line.
Looks a little wide, doesn't it? It was a smart play by Agee. That area of the court was open.
And it is wide. And so we've had 3 challenges tonight, and the coaches have been right all 3 times. 2 by Julie Darty-Dennis, and this one by Brent Crouch. Boy, that was a big point for Auburn. That stopped a 5-0 run. And Shackelford has it blocked by Kemp, who worked over from the middle. And now 16-13. And the service error from Fallon Lanham. And the point for Auburn. It never came across the net. And AG has it blocked.
Auburn getting some momentum up at the net. Kendall Kemp leading with some big blocks there.
Chair talking to both teams. May have had a little chippiness going on at the net, trying to quieten things down, and now Mississippi State's going to take a timeout. Saw Sophie Agee kind of look over and say something what she wasn't happy with. And now a timeout on the floor, 17-15. Well, you look back for State, back in that third set, it was an overturn using a challenge that kind of sparked things for the Bulldogs, and now for Auburn trying to do the exact same thing in this fourth.
I think this is just a pretty intense and emotional match for both sides. Every point counts, every point matters. We've really seen some momentum shifts on both sides, like you had mentioned, a 5-0 run. But it's still a fairly close set here, 15-17. Stats-wise, Auburn has a total of 45 kills. State has 43. Digs, they're right toe-to-toe, 60 digs for Auburn, 56 for State. Other than blocks-wise, everything's pretty evenly matched, but Auburn's really pulled away with the blocks. They have 12 team blocks, while State has only reported 4.
(17-15), Auburn serving. Anderson into the net. And the service error, the 10th service error of the night for the Tigers. Nice dig by Myron. Quick set, Gonzalez. Kept alive, and State gets the point. Oh, my.
One-handed over by Gonzalez. Just trying to keep the ball in play, but ended up getting the kill.
Laughs and smiles for State, because that's one of those you just kind of get away with. Throw the hands to the sides. Yeah, I meant to do that. And now 19-15, Bulldogs lead. And 2 big points for the Bulldogs. So after taking a timeout, Auburn had got it back with a 2. And the service error, and now the kill from Zoe Gonzalez.
Zoe Gonzalez, after a hot last set, has been a little bit quieter right now. But maybe this play could spark a fire and get her going again. She seemed to be a difference maker that last set for State.
Talk about Mississippi State, as we said, on the road in Oxford on Sunday to take on Ole Miss. Bulldogs have already beaten Ole Miss this year. It was in 5 sets here at home back on October the 22nd. Auburn will be back at home on Sunday against LSU. Auburn, this is their last road match of the season.
That has to be a great feeling, knowing that you're going to close out the season at home on your home court.
And a service error on Mississippi State.
2 misses right after a timeout.
Here's Schmidt. Overpass, tipped down by Zoe Gonzalez. And a big point for Mississippi State.
So Zoe Gonzalez has been out most of the conference season due to an ankle injury. Sanaa Williams has stepped in and did a great job holding down the fort. But with Gonzalez back, she's really been a difference maker up at the net.
Here's Shear, cross court, dug by Myra. And Schmidt. Here's Shear again. And this time inside the back line. And the 11th kill for Madison Shear.
Great job by Shear. Really just great court awareness, knowing that that corner is wide open. She really does a great job of placing that ball. Has a high point of contact.
(20-17). And Auburn with a point. Bella Bell hits it off the block, and now 20-18. Quick set to the middle. And Rebecca Wall, her 6th kill tonight.
Great job by Wall, seeing that, having that vision, knowing that the block was stacked on her right side and hitting cross court to the back corner.
Bella Bell, Schmidt, and that one's in the back corner. And Mississippi State gets the kill from Carly Schmidt, and that's her 13th. And now timeout Auburn, and Mississippi State trying to close this thing out in the 4th. Well, Auburn had come in, they had lost 2 matches in a row. Tigers had lost at home against 13th ranked Kentucky in straight sets, and then lost on the road at Missouri back on Sunday, and lost in 4 sets. And we're talking about State coming in losing 4 matches in a row. Three of those coming on the road. They lost to South Carolina last Wednesday. They've had a week off to kind of gather themselves a little bit. They have played with a lot of energy tonight, a lot of poise tonight. State has played well.
Coach Crouch had mentioned prior to the match that they're suffering from quite a few injuries. He does have quite a bit of depth on his roster, which allows him to move players around to backfill positions and also to different positions to fill the need. The players have a lot of skill and flexibility. Belle Zimmerman's one that's a perfect example, a utility player. Played at the outside and right side earlier due to injuries, then switched to a back row only player. Just kind of go wherever is needed, but there is quite a bit of depth on that Coach Crouch's roster, which sets them up to be able to handle situations like that. But whenever you have adjustments, when you have players moving around, that can also cause a team to kind of set them back a little bit in order to get adjusted.
Orther serving. State leading by 4. And coming out of the timeout, Auburn working in the middle. And as Kyla Swanson with her 7th kill.
Swanson is such an athletic player. In high school, she was a multi-sport athlete in track and basketball and obviously volleyball, and it just shows she's very athletic, very quick into the ball, able to recover, get off the net quickly. She's very bouncy, able to get up for multiple blocks and hits.
And an overpass, and Anderson there to clean it up, and a big point for Auburn. And they're back within 2. Back to Smith. And the point for Auburn as it caroms off the top of the tape and lands wide. And now State leads by just 1. At 22-21, Auburn on a 3-0 run. So after the timeout, Mississippi State leading by 4 at the time at 22-18. And now Auburn back within 1. Auburn trying to come back and send this match to 5 sets. State trying to hold on and win it in 4.
Auburn this season really relies heavily on their outside hitters, Anderson and Shear. They're first and second in total attempts, more than doubling the number of attempts of their fellow hitters. Both are consistent and dynamic players, finding a way to score. Tonight, Kasha Anderson has 15 kills, and Madison Shear has 11. Kasha Anderson, being an all-around player, she's just an impact player. I'm still impressed with the fact that she's only a sophomore. And with the Tigers having a little bit heavy on the underclassmen, there's 9 sophomores and 2 freshmen. It just speaks to their ability to grow from that great freshman season that they had and improve this season, their sophomore year, but just speaks to what they could do in the future.
Harmon serving. Shackelford had it blocked. Here's Schmidt. Cross court, the big kill for Carly Schmidt. State leads by 2.
Carly Schmidt showing some confidence there. That prior rally, she attempted that extreme cross-court angle, rolled off the net and out of bounds. However, this time she went at it aggressively and with some authority and was able to get that big kill, setting State up.
Now 23-21. And Mary Neal back to serve for the Dogs. Work to the middle, dug by Myron. What a big dig by Thibault on the back row. Here's Shackelford, and she hits it long. Couldn't get on top, and now 23-22.
Shackelford swinging high on that block. It's one of the things, swinging high, if you're not able to catch it, it's just gonna go long.
And now Swanson serving. And Shackelford hits this one long, and we're tied. And Julie Darty Dennis is going to challenge this and ask for another touch. Well, she's gotten it right the first 2 times, and so she has 2 more challenges. So this is either tied or match point. The call on the floor is we are tied at 23. Man, let's see if we can tell anything.
close from that angle. Like I mentioned previously, any part of that ball, if any part of that ball touches that line, it's in.
And the point going to stay with Auburn, and we're tied at 23. So Swanson back to serve. Back-to-back points for the Tigers. AG tips it across. Well, we'll see if Auburn may challenge that. Trying to determine if that ball hit the floor.
Auburn was continuing to play and was able to get the ball over the net. They were pretty confident that they were able to get the ball up.
The winner of that point took a lead and has set point. Well, State would have match point. Auburn would have set point. And a lengthy conversation between two officials.
There may be some question about what the challenge is actually challenging.
And now a challenge will come from Auburn.
So if the challenge is overruled, I believe it would just be a replay and not a point, since they did stop play.
It didn't hit the floor. And I think that's one of the things that Auburn was also saying is, hey, the ball went over the net. So not only wanting the up, wanting the point with it. And the point with Mississippi State. And the replay, I thought it looked down on the replay. Let's see if it tipped across. Yeah, it hit off the forearm and then off the floor. It was down.
And Barrett did make contact, however, it did hit the floor following her contact.
And now Brent Crouch, the official saying the ball hit the floor. Now I think they're wanting to challenge something else that happened before it hit the floor. High drama
Well, in a tight match like this, it's understandable. Every point counts.
The point will stay with Mississippi State, and it will be match point for the Bulldogs. And Rebecca Walk to serve for State. Anderson to the back, dug by Walk. Here's an Agee, and it's just wide. And we're tied at 24.
That was close too. This has been a game of inches. Everything is so tight.
Looking for the back corner, and now tied at 24. And an ace for Auburn, and now a set point for the Tigers. Trying to push it to 5. And now the free ball to the Tigers. Anderson had it blocked. Back to Agee, and the dig to keep it alive to Anderson. And now Mississippi State is in the net. Zoe Gonzalez in the net. And let's see if State wants to challenge that. And Julie Darty-Dennis is going to challenge that. And so if it's upheld on the floor, Auburn will push it to 5 sets.
That was a pretty good rally on both sides. A lot of good defense in that back row, digging up some hard-driven balls.
So the question was, State in the net with Zoe Gonzalez, number 4. See if she gets it on the way down. Yeah, the very bottom of the net.
Although if it was her hair that hit, that would not be a net violation.
And Auburn gets the point, and that will end the 4th set. So we'll go to the 5th set here in Starkville. Mississippi State and the Auburn Tigers. Going to play another one, the race to 15, when we come back. Well, we go to the 5th set. Look at the stats through 4 sets. Everything tied except for the blocks. Mississippi State has made fewer service errors.
I think it's been a pretty evenly matched battle on both sides. Fun to watch. Really fighting up at the net.
Well, State has played just one 5-setter in SEC play, and that was a win against Ole Miss here at home. Auburn in league play, they won against A&M on the road in College Station in 5. They won against South Carolina and again against Georgia. Won twice against South Carolina in 5. And they lost against Florida in 5 sets. So Emily Arthur will serve it. First to 15, got to win by 2. Swanson tips it across. Here's Schmidt. And Mississippi State gets the point. Swanson was in the net for Auburn. And the Bulldogs strike first. And tooled off the block. Akasha Anderson with her 17th kill.
One thing to note, we've seen quite a few challenges this match, but now that we're in the 5th set, each coach gets an additional challenge.
And a service error for Auburn. That's their 11th. And State reciprocates. Back to Shackelford. Here's Agee. Kept alive by Lanham. And off the block. And another kill for Anderson. And Akasha Anderson gives Auburn its first lead of the 5th.
Anderson has that look of determination, really wanting to put the ball down.
State had a match point, leading by 1 in the 4th. And now we're tied at 3 in the 5th.
Walk answering back with a kill of her own. 2 blockers in the middle, was able to find a way to keep the ball in play.
And the shot is wide. And that's the first time tonight we've seen the slide from Kimball Kemp. Every time they've used Kemp in any kind of attack, it's been working in the middle. Quick set, Gonzalez. Block right back. And long. Walk just barely able to get to it. Well, Mississippi State trying to right their ship, and Auburn fighting for their NCAA tournament lives. Tipped across. And the call on the floor is it's an up. Back to Agee. Winner of this point takes the lead. We're tied at 4, and this time blocked out of bounds, and State leads 5-4.
Amazing swing by Shackelford, tooling that block. She really swings with quite a bit of power with a big block in front of her. Able to take advantage of it.
Overpass. And here's Agee. Cross court, great dig by Morton. Shear had it blocked, and State leads by 2.
Great read by Gonzalez, noting that the ball was a little bit inside. She opted to stay inside rather than going out. I think Sharkey kind of noticed that as well and stepped in to seal. Great read by the blockers.
What a dig by Myron. And 4 touches for State, and the point for Auburn. Now Morton serving. And Shear into the back corner, ties it at 6.
Powerful and smooth swing by Shear to that corner, wide open.
Gonzalez, and State takes the lead back. And a service error, and we're tied at 7.
Now Auburn with Barrett in the back row. Auburn now has 3 hitters in the front with Bella Bell on the right side. This is kind of their sweet rotation.
And State, after a service error, an attack error, and we switch sides, and Auburn with an 8-7 lead over Mississippi State in the 5th. So State won the opening set by 8. Auburn won the second set by 9. And then the Bulldogs came back and won the third 25-21. Had a match point at 24-23. And Auburn wins the 4th set 26-24. And now the Tigers an 8-7 lead in the 5th.
It's a close one, Bart. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Yeah, everybody here paid for the whole seat, but they've used just the edge.
No, it's been a very interesting match. A lot of close calls, a lot of challenges, a lot of tight play up at the net. A lot of great play. We've seen some players really stepping up. Zoe Gonzalez, Shackelford for State, along with Carly Schmidt, really stepping up. Rebecca Walk, she's a very steady and consistent contributor with 7 kills, hitting .375. And for Auburn, Akasha Anderson and Madison Shear, we knew coming in that they were going to be tough. Anderson with 19 kills, Shear with 12. They're a real powerhouse on the outside for Auburn. State's out on the court, ready to go. Want to keep this going.
Lengthy timeout. Auburn will have Jackie Barrett back in serving. And Schmidt, and this time it's long, and Auburn leads by 2 at 9-7. And the serve is long. Then Lauren Myrick will go back and serve.
Quite a few service aces for this last set. With only playing to 15, those really can cause the game to go quite fast.
Sharkey. Quick set to Walk, and she had it blocked.
Whoa, stayed able to keep it alive.
Sharkey through the block, and we're tied at 9. Carly Schmidt able to keep the point alive.
Great coverage by State for their blocker, or excuse me, for their hitters. Really able to keep that ball alive in order to set up Sharkey for the kill.
And now miscommunication for Auburn, and Mississippi State takes the lead at 10-9. And a timeout taken by Auburn. So the Bulldogs down 9-7. And an ace gives State a 3-0 run and a 1-point lead at 10-9. Take a look at this ace. Those I got it, you take it.
Kaylee Sharkey with that last kill for State. She's really, last match, she had some very critical plays against South Carolina. Some big hits and big blocks late in the match. State unfortunately wasn't able to get the win, but still, Sharkey's play was critical in keeping them in the game. Seems as though she's carried over that success into this match so far with 5 kills on 18 total attempts. Hitting at 167. But, you know, as far as when those kills happen, it can be a big momentum change.
Big point coming up. Myrick still serving. Quick set in the middle. Walt got a hand on it. And now the point for State, and Auburn running together. And the Bulldogs lead by 2.
That was an excellent block by Walt. Now this is an interesting rotation for Auburn. We have Bella Bell running all the way from one side of the court to another.
And now Shear, Madison Shear with her 13th kill. Then back within 1. And Auburn will check Chelsea Harmon in. Harmon had a lot of success in this rotation back in the 4th set with the serve. And an ace right on cue, and we're tied at 11.
Harmon is 4th on the team in service aces, serving this season as a serving specialist. That's a tough position to be called in off the bench, expected to deliver on a tough serve. This is a tight match.
Tied at 11 in the 5th. Akasha Anderson has 19 kills, 14 digs, a couple of blocks. Madison Shear with 13 kills. State being led by Carly Schmidt with 15 kills. Zoe Gonzalez and Amina Shackelford with 9 each.
Timeouts are a method of trying to ice out the server, so we'll see how Harmon responds.
Here's Schmidt. And he got it underneath the block, and State gets the big point to take the lead back. Carly Schmidt with her 16th kill.
Great positioning by Auburn block, however, not necessarily penetrating over fully, resulting in that ball getting in between them and the net.
And now Emily Orther will serve. State leading by 1. Here's Schmidt. And Auburn in the net again. And now timeout, Mississippi State. Or timeout, Auburn. The State with a 2-point lead at 13-11. There is he coming down. Maybe Bella Bell. Well, 5-setter tonight here in Starkville. State won the first and the third, Auburn the second and the fourth.
And all have been fairly close.
Especially the last 3. We had one big run for Auburn in the second set. Other than that, you haven't had massive swings in this match.
Some aggressive serves by both sides. I would assume that both coaches were just really trying to guide their team and sticking that first pass.
Orther serving, coming out of the timeout. Anderson popped high in the air, and Akasha Anderson with her 20th kill. And Kyla Swanson back to serve. And that serve is long. And now match point for Mississippi State at 14-12. Mary Neal will come in and serve. And the floating serve kept alive. Free ball to State. Set by Orther, Shackelford, and dug nicely by Morton. And kept alive. Back to Shackelford again, and she puts it down, and Mississippi State has beaten Auburn in 5 sets.
Great determination by Shackelford. They're sticking with it, making sure that they were able to get the team and ultimately get the kill and ultimately the win.
A 5-setter tonight in Starkville. Bulldogs had a match point in the 4th. Auburn able to push it to 5, but Mississippi State able to win the 5-setter here in Starkville, 15-12 in 5 sets. And so that'll do it from here in Newell Grissom, where Mississippi State wins it in 5. To watch this entire match on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watch ESPN.com or download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.